And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at ROLF. Rolling on the floor, but, well, it seems like they spelled that wrong. ROLF. Yeah, that's because that's what this game is. This game is essentially built on a phrase, like Lucy in the sky with what? Not diamonds, but here they put dragons, but you could also write demons, dentists, anything that starts with the letter D. How does that work in a party game setting? Well, let's find out. Alright, this game is really simple. You don't even need the pencil, the paper, or the sharpener for the one game, and you don't even need the timer necessarily. All you need to do is you have these decks of cards, which I've sorted out by color, but they do not need to be sorted out by color. And you're just going to take a card. So here, for example, you'll show everybody else, when it's your turn to be the judge, you'll show everyone, and the word is you. You will then read and say, I love, and everyone has to answer, and it has to start with Y, but it can't be the word you. So it might be yellow, or Yonkers, or whatever. And then the judge will pick the best answer and give that person a point token. Then we go to the next person. Now you can't repeat any words. So here we have events, and it might be Lemony Snicket's a series of unfortunate eggs, or what have you. Here we have N or KN, and the word is knee. And we are the Knights of Nephews, or on bended knee. And here we have life. What do you think the phrase is? Get a life? It's a wonderful life, or nothing is more precious than life. So you can pick either phrase. So dungeons and dorks, or what have you. And that's what you do. You're going to go around the table till everyone has been the judge twice, and then whoever has the most points is the winner. Now the paper's included because you can also play a version where you simply basically write down some words and pick, everyone writes down words, and then you can pick the words from the ones written down, or you get points in one version of the game, the conformist version, if you match other players. So there's several variants that you can play with the game. You can play with the sand timer, etc. But basically the regular version is just show the word, and here's honey, and the word is the land of milk and harps. I don't know what the good word would be. So the whole thing has nice colorful, these are nice things to see up here. They did a good job at picking different categories, like Indiana Jones in the Temple of, there's a hole in my bucket, Billie Jean is not my lover, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled, this one's great, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled what? And of course, so you have all these different things. Most of the phrases, there's a couple phrases I didn't know what they were, and people told me they were from songs and such. I do think it's weird that these point tokens are included. Why not just give the person the card when they win and get a point that way? This is the only game I've ever seen that comes with a sharpener in it, so there's that. And it comes with many, many pencils and a few pads of paper. So I like that. They're certainly not skipping, and there's certainly enough cards in here. And by nature of this game is, I'm not really spoiling any of it. So we have roses here. Stop and smell the roses. If this comes up in one game and then later on it comes up in another game, it doesn't matter. You can shout out different answers or whatever, so the game has a lot of replayability. Oh, this game is humorous and fun. It's a party game that, in fact, the last time I played this party game, at a game night, we had constantly people coming up from the tables around us saying, what are you guys playing? This sounds fun. We explain it, and they would say, that is fun. It's an easy game to jump into, and while I probably like the base game the best, it's similar to Apples to Apples, play some cards, and like I said, we just start using the cards as points. The other ones work too if you want people to write down, but it's just fun to hear things shout. People shout things. Now realize if you play in a bigger group, so let's say you're playing, with 8 players, and this game says 3 to 12. I think I played with 9, or I don't remember how many people I played with, but I don't think I played with 12. But you'll say, so let's see here, tiptoe through the, and when everyone shouts out their answers, you're like, what? They're supposed to shout them out in 3 seconds. Anything after 3 seconds shouldn't count, but sometimes you say, what did you say again? And in our games, sometimes everyone shouts an answer, then someone will be like, tortoises, and you're like, oh, that's the funniest answer, and you pick it. Now this game does definitely have the, I'm going to pick this answer because I think it's funny, catering to the judge, but games like that can work well, and it's just right as laughter. Sometimes the word shouted out just isn't a hilarious one. Now realize that this game, of course, is up to the players, so the game will be as blue as you want it to be. A game with some adults and a late night thing might be very different than with kids, but either way, it's not set up to lean in that direction. It's just a straightforward, easy little party game. And while not completely different than other things I played before, felt fresh. I played thousands of games, right? And so every once in a while I just want to play a game that's silly fun. And this one definitely fits that bill. If you're looking for something to play in a group setting and everyone just shouting out answers, this one is one that you will like a lot. That's ROLF, or ROLF. Dice Tower Judgment approved!